guys, this is Westville Athletics, home of Do More CrossFit. I'm here with Lacey Fema, and we're going to talk a little bit about her and get to know her as one of our coaches. So Lacey, tell us a little bit about your sports background and what you did growing up.
Mainly sports background was ice hockey. I started playing in 3rd grade and I played up through high school. One of my biggest regrets is not trying to play in college, but I did continue to play on a pickup women's adult league. In addition to that, I did track and field. I did a lot of sprinting. I didn't like long distance running. And I did pole vaulting. Competed in state in sprinting and pole vaulting in high school. So that was fun.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Where are you from and what brought you to LA?
I'm from Wisconsin originally, a very small town. Graduating class was 79 kids, so very small compared to LA. I came out to LA to pursue a career in coaching and just further development in my CrossFit journey as an athlete, but primarily as a coach. And I think that has continued to be a big focus of mine coming to West LA, but more so I think the athlete side is something that I've really started to pursue more coming here versus just LA in general. So that's been a really cool shift within like my career path.
So when you came here, were you always thinking you wanted to compete in CrossFit, or is that a newer thing, and how long have you been focusing on that?
I think moving out here was mainly coaching and just, making like that health and wellness a lifestyle. I feel like that's definitely not a focus or something that you can really make a career out of where I'm from until the pandemic hit. And that was actually more of a catalyst for my coaching career. A couple of coaches from my previous gym had left and left a lot more availability on the schedule for me to, fill in. So that's when my coaching classes went to full-time. I had clients that supplemented that for full-time. So was able to kind of like really get into more coaching hours and more reps with really new people. Like not many gyms were open when things reopened.
Right.
And so people were just going to wherever they could get in. So we were coaching people that had never done a clean before. We had to do it with like masks on. We couldn't be close or give any like sort of contact feedback or anything like that. So I think that like was kind of a blessing in a way of like, I got a lot of good exposure quick and a lot of good practice reps in to become just like a better coach like quickly, and just feel like I got years of experience in just a short amount of time, because you just got a lot of people walking in the door that didn't know what any of those things were.
Right.
So that was really cool to kind of grow there fast. And then coming to West LA, I think I started to get a little bit more of a competitive bug before coming over here. Taking classes, I was like, oh my God, they program handstand walking regularly. And like, I would do that maybe like once a quarter there. And I had to do it on my own for practice. So it was really cool just to see the caliber of athlete here just in class be so competitive and have the ability to just practice it more and just like be supported in practicing it more was really cool. And just being in an environment where it's more challenging to compete at, like there's an RX plus.
Right. There's always someone maybe beating you or challenging you in different types of workouts. What are your goals for competing? Because you're one of our coaches. A lot of our coaches have done this for a really, really long time. All of our coaches have competed in some capacity, but you are pretty much the only coach currently focused on competing and trying to get to those next levels. So what are your goals through competition?
Yeah, I think I found CrossFit kind of later in life, I'd say, to be like competitive as like a younger athlete. I didn't like join a gym at all until like 2017. So it's been really fun to keep progressing, but also kind of being older in the sport. I don't feel like I'm older, but I really think that I would like to see where I can go as like a master's athlete. When I've talked about trying to go to semifinals, which I think would be really hard in the age bracket that I'm in, but I think it's a good goal. Since coming here, I've done way more competitions, whether it's CrossFit or primarily weightlifting. Janice has been a really good support system for that. Like something she's really passionate about. It's always fun doing stuff like that with your friends.
All right, you got it, Lace.
it's nice to have someone that you feel comfortable traveling with and doing that.
Yep. Come on. Big drive.
And I think it's just in terms of weightlifting, even though I'm not like the best at it, it's a really good way to practice like composure and like, you know, trying to like shut everything out. So I think just continuing to try to see where I can go, because I feel like I still haven't like hit my peak. I don't think I've plateaued yet. I think doing Wadapalooza was very eye-opening and fun. It was like first individual competition I'd ever done on like a large stage and like 3 days long. It was just like a lot of exposure at once. Warming up and then waiting 20 minutes to even go on the floor was just like something I'd never anticipated. I think doing more things like that is helpful. I mean, same with weightlifting, like you can't control the time. Class, it's like, I mean, let the coach wait a little bit, I can get all my stuff set up, but competition you can't. So it just adds an extra element, which I think is just a little bit more of like a mental thing you have to practice, and you can only do by doing.
Yeah, no, competition makes you better in all aspects. What is your favorite CrossFit movement and what is your least favorite?
Oh no, one of my favorites is bar muscle ups. It's one of those things where it's like once you figure it out, it's just so fun, and like doing it like as fast as you can, or like trying to push it until failure. It's one of those things where I've gotten pretty good at, and it's always fun is a weird word, but I think that makes me seem a little crazy. It's always fun to push the limits and be like, oh my God, I can't believe I went to failure on something I'm usually so good at. And I kind of like it because you just feel like you're flying around. It's just really fun.
It's not double unders?
That has actually gotten much better too, and I think practicing with like the drag rope helped, weirdly enough.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Fair. That's fair.
The bike is definitely the one.
Yeah, I think that's most people's least favorite.
Like I don't get as nervous when I see double unders programmed now.
That's fair.
I still get nervous when I see the bikes. I'm like, oh, it's gonna hurt.
What is your favorite thing to do outside of the gym?
Favorite thing to do outside of the gym? I spend a lot of time at the beach when it's nice. I live in Marina, so it's really nice to get outdoors and like not feel like I'm enclosed by the city, because I didn't grow up in a big city. And then just like eating food is always fun. Just going out and like getting some
not your best talent, but
I like to do it.
I definitely see that posted often and on your like phone screenshot.
Oh yeah, I have burger and fries on my home screen. So
doesn't show though.
We're working on it.
Currently, Lacey is working on gaining some weight for competition. She currently sits at
the last 3 weigh-ins. I've been 130, which is up a couple pounds consistently, which I'm happy about.
So we're going for 135
by the open.
Big goals here. Do you have a favorite member?
Favorite member? God, I would say another member that really stands out is Geoff. And I would say it like that to him. Jeff. I feel like he's everyone's gym buddy. Like, whether I'm coaching or like I'm in the room with him and like as an athlete, he's always very supportive. Like if he's the last one here and like you coach, he'll help clean up. He's always checking on everyone. It feels like he's like always in everyone's DMs, just like knowing what they're doing. So it's just like, it's really cool to see people like that in the community. I have like plenty of members that I would say are like my favorite, but he's definitely someone that stands out. And, shows up like that for everyone. It's not just me. So I think that's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff. Couldn't imagine the gym without Jeff. He's the best. What do you think people's first impression is of you?
I mean, with my shirt on or off, because Janice says I look really tiny with my clothes on. But
I don't know if I meant a physical first impression.
But I mean, I guess like, I think that the space can be very intimidating. So I think like as a female, like if I am, for example, walking around with like a shirt that shows my muscles, I think people often will be like, well, how do I look like you? How do I not look like you? I want to avoid, like, they don't say not like you, but like, I don't want to get too bulky. And I'm like,
they sometimes do.
I'm like, you don't realize I'm trying to get bulky, and it's like very hard, and I've put a lot of effort in, and it's a hard thing to do, but hopefully they feel welcomed by me. I think that I try my best to welcome people in, or let them know that like whatever they're able to do that day is like just fine. Like I think you do a really good job of offering lots of options. Like not every gym has all the scales like put out. So like, you know, you have like L1 up to RX plus. And the nice thing is like anyone can fit in between. So even if you don't fit in there, like maybe, you know, we have a lot of women now that are like postpartum. So like, even if they just feel welcome to come in and just move and do like the strength and just come in and just do what they can do, I think I try my best to make people feel that way. But also on the other hand, if I see people slacking, I'm not afraid to say something about it. So hopefully I just think people feel like we can meet them where they are, if that makes sense.
Well, we love having Lacey here. If you didn't know, she's also behind the scenes on the Instagram. So if you DM us, you might be talking to Lacey, and she's always getting that content. So if you want to be tagged, let her know. But we love having Lacey. She's a great part of the gym and really helps us with a lot of behind the scenes things as well. So thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe and like. And this is Westside Athletics, home of Do More CrossFit. See you next time.